Okay, guys, we should be good to go. Let me make sure. Okay. Got it. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. We had to restart on Zoom because Facebook is not letting me share my screen, and we need to do that for this training. This one's going to be a little bit different than normal. Usually I'm just like talking, but today I'm going to share my Google Calendar with you. Okay. Hi, Cami. How are you? Oh my gosh, guys, my ears. I don't know if you're on my Instagram and have been following the saga with my ears, but they have been clogged for like 3-ish months now. It's ridiculous. Like literally feel like I'm on an airplane and they just never popped. I don't know what's going on, but it took forever to get into the ENT, and I have a follow-up on Monday, so we'll see what's going on with that. Just a little personal tidbit there. But anyway, again, if you were here before we canceled, I was saying I hope you guys had a restful holiday. I hope it wasn't too stressful. I hope you had fun. I hope Christmas, Thanksgiving, all of that was good. If anybody else is in here, just drop your name. Let me know. And then we will get started. Let me pull up my calendar here. Okay. One sec. Okay, and as always, if you're new here or you've been here before, if you have a question while we're going through this, just drop it in the comments. I will be sharing my screen, so I won't be seeing the comments. They're on my right side here. Sometimes they pop up a little bit late. So if I'm looking over there, that's why. But just drop it in there. As soon as you have a question, drop it in there and I will get to it. I'll be checking them periodically, and then we'll have a chance for questions at the end too. And even if you're watching this replay and you have questions, still drop them in the comments and I'll get to them. I'll answer them. I usually go in here at least once a week to go through the comments. So, okay, let's get started. I'm going to share my screen here. Okay, if you're on here, oh, okay, thank you. Okay, Zoom. If you're on here, let me know if you can see this. Hopefully you can. I'm assuming I'm on the right one. I think I am. Okay. Hopefully we're on this, but yeah, if not, let me know, but I'm going to go ahead and go through it. Okay. So, for those of you who use Google Calendar, if you aren't, yes, you can see it. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Cami. If for those of you who use Gmail, if you have Google Calendar, if you didn't know, like some people don't know. So some people still use like Outlook and stuff. Maybe for your job, you'd only use Outlook. But Gmail has so many useful features for free, and Google Calendar is one of my favorite to use. So if you're not already utilizing it, or you're having trouble like managing your time, then this is a training for you. Okay. So I'm just showing you this week. I don't want to show you my full calendar because it has stuff on it that I don't want to share with you guys yet in terms of like offers, and there's some client stuff on there. So I don't want, I'm not going to share everything, but I picked this week to share with you guys. I went ahead and I don't have this normally planned out 2 weeks in advance, but I just planned this one for you guys to show you how it works, how I usually can plan my week in here and kind of batch time. And this is really, really great for, it works for me, but it was really, really great for virtual assistant positions and like managing multiple clients as well with just like a simple tool. Okay. So when you go into the Google Calendars, you have up here, you have your month, day, week views. This is just a week view. And I actually start my week on Monday. Whoops, don't want to add a thing there. I start my week on Monday. I just like that view better. So if you need to change that, go to settings. Like if it's usually it shows up Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, right? But if you want to change it, just go to settings and scroll down here and do start week on Monday. And you can do like 4 days, 5 days, whatever you want. Okay, let me go back. That's how you change that. I'm just going to go over a couple settings things. Another thing that might be useful for you guys when you're playing this out, and if you're working with clients in different time zones, is adding another time zone. So see on the left here, this is my time zone. If you want to add, let's say you're working with a client in Australia, right? Go to settings. And you can do display secondary time zone. You can't add like, 50 time zones. You can only add 2. But let's say you have a few clients who are in Australia, and you want to do, like, that's a harder time zone to like calculate, right? Like Central Time, Pacific Time, Eastern Time, Mountain Time, like that's all pretty easy if you're in the US or Canada. But if not, then you might want to try to do something different here. And let me find the Australian time. Oh, I think I just passed it. Maybe not. Come on. It's Argentina time. Where is the Australian time? Okay, whatever. For the sake of just getting through this quickly, like this training, I don't want to keep you guys on here while I'm searching for time. So we're going to do Hawaiian Standard Time. Let's do that, okay? And then you can go back. It's going to take a second. Is anyone really sad that Starbucks is done with their holiday drinks? Because I went, I think it was yesterday, to get a peppermint mocha, and I forget they just like immediately take it off the menu after the holidays, and I'm kind of sad. Now I'm back to chai teas, which is fine, but I prefer peppermint mocha. Okay, it loaded. All right, so yeah, so you have your time zone, and then you have the this one's going to be Hawaii time, right? So you can do that if you have multiple clients in a different area, or even one client in a different area that's like harder for you to calculate just off the top of your head. Okay, that's it for like the settings right now. Over here on the left-hand side, you have my calendars. So these are the ones, this is just kind of a quick overview of what I have. I have business launches, which I'm not going to check because classified for now. Don't want you guys to see all that stuff yet. Buffer time, you can add in if you want. I usually just add it if you want to see it, you can add it in. I usually just like add it and then it's a blank area here. Content creation, course project clients, because I have clients who are also, I do mostly coaching, but I do have some course creation clients. So basically like I help them create their digital courses and do Kajabi tech and stuff. So I have a separate one for them. Deadlines, I'm also not going to check for you guys, but I like to know when my deadlines are. So this would be like the start of the automated as fuck program is January 25th, right? And so I want to have that as a deadline. If I need to, the days I'm releasing the trainings for that program, those are deadlines. So that's the day I need to have things done. Mentors programs. So these are calls with my mentor, or like training calls or things that I need to be on for the programs I'm a part of, like the programs I'm investing in and the mentors I'm investing in. So like right down here, you can see that color. I have a call with my business coach on that day. Ooh, lots of water, guys. Again, these clogged ears are what's making my throat all messed up as well. So it's super fun. Okay, where were we? Mentors programs. I also have module work because I do have courses, I have programs. These are all modules and trainings that I need to work on. I have rest time. So that would be like, let me find an example, like a break here, kind of rest time. Self-care is going to be like my morning and workout routines. If you want to add a nightly routine, you can here. I don't really add that. And then I add a flex day. I just add that as self-care because I don't really work that much on Fridays. Like sometimes I'll do like, of course, I'll check in with my clients and I'll write a post sometimes. But other than that, I take Friday as a flex day. So basically it's optional to work or not. If I want to take the day off, I'm just going to take the day off. So I don't plan anything for that day. And if I want to work, I'll just, it'll be a really like flexible, flowy day. Okay. And then task lists. So these are usually like my daily and weekly tasks that I complete like every single week. So I want to make those a different color. This is just like the Google task. I can't get rid of it. So I just keep that there, but I can't like edit the name. So I like to do my own. So I keep that unchecked. And then the vacation, I have that in there too. And then I thought I had, oh yeah, personal as well. And then birthdays. But personal is like like date night. We do like date night every Friday. So that would be personal. So I want to show you guys a few different things here. These like, for example, I have like my where I'm batching off time. So like this calls block, right? That's batching my tasks. Content creation, I just have planned next week's content. If I want to do individual tasks like edit, record, and break those out, I can. And I would add those to the task list. So let's say I'm planning next week's content, and let's say from 10 to 10:30, I want to do outlines. So outline posts or posts and reels or something, right? So I'll do that. And then I'll go down here. Oops, not course projects. And then I'll just click this little down button and then I'll add that to my task list. So I have this one as like content creation. So planning next week's content. And then I have different calendars, like different task colors for like individual tasks. So another example is this calls block, right? I do all of my coaching calls, client calls, project calls, like anything only on Wednesdays and Thursdays. At least I try to. Sometimes I'll go outside the box if someone really, really can't do it that day. But Wednesdays and Thursdays are my days for calls. So I block those off, right? So I have a call block. That doesn't mean I'm not doing anything, but I have a call block from 9 to 4. I have a call block from 9 to 12:30 here because I do that Facebook Live. So I just want a little time to like take a break and prep here. And then I have the live at 2 p.m. And I could even add like in break slash, I'm going to just add in break there for self-care because prepping isn't really self-care. And then from 1:30 to 2:30, maybe I want to add, or 1:30 to 2, maybe I want to add a like a prep period, prep for FB Live, just to make sure everything's good to go. And I'll add that under my task list. There. Okay. And then in here, so like here I have the call block, right? 3 to 5, and that's the batching aspect of it. Like that's the time batch. Like I'm batching for calls. I do calls on Wednesdays, Thursdays. I'm batching that time. That time is always for calls. But within that time, then I have my actual calls in like a darker color usually, or definitely a different color, like that contrast. I don't want it all blue. I just want to be able to see the different colors. So like here I have my call with my business mentor, but I always have that 3 to 5 time blocks. And how I do this, let me show you. So I have the calls blocked in Google Calendar. If you don't know already, I'm just showing you guys this because some of you have never really like planned in here before. And so you may not know like the ins and outs of how to do this. I'm sure you'd figure it out, but you know what? That's the whole point of like being in this group and coaching and all of that is you can do it faster because I already have done it for you. So calls blocked 9 to 12:30 every single week. My calls are on Wednesdays and Thursdays, unless I have like a vacation or something, then I'll plan in advance. But every single week, they're Wednesdays and Thursdays. And so 9 to 12:30 is always a call block time for me. And so I'm going to add it to repeat. You can do does not repeat if you want to just do it for the week, but you can do it weekly on Thursdays. And then I'll save that. Same with these things like writing a post. So for this one, I want it to repeat. Maybe you want it to do weekly, every week, Monday through Friday, but I take Fridays as a flex day. I usually write a post on Fridays, but I don't write a post on Monday because that's my CEO day. I don't do any content stuff. I just do back end work. So I want to do a custom one and I want it to repeat on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And it just never ends. I don't have a date that it ends. If I need to take it off for the week because I'm doing something else or going on vacation, then I take it off. Okay, I'm going to say that. I'm just checking for any questions you guys might have. And getting water. Hold on. I always schedule in breaks here. So like this is break for lunch. call days, like calls here, I break this because I have that Facebook Live there. But this call day, like Wednesday, I don't really put a break in just because I just let my clients schedule their calls, and usually I have a 30-minute buffer between each call. So that's my breaks. And yeah, I only let, like, I think my call schedule has up to 3 people per day. Only 3 can schedule per day, or maybe it's 4. I think it's only 3. So I don't really add a break in there, but Mondays and Tuesdays, I want to make sure I break. And I know it may seem silly to schedule in time to like take a break, but it is actually important. If you're like, oh, well, I'll remember like to do lunch, I would just still schedule it in, because it's different seeing on there and be like, okay, I need to take a break. Like, you need, sometimes, especially as new entrepreneurs, we're so excited to get going and we start getting our first clients and we're working, and we forget to take that break, take that like self-care. And that's why I schedule in routine and workout in the morning as well. Or, you know, if you want to do it in the afternoon, if you want to do it at night, wherever you want it, but schedule it in. Okay. Cause then it's on your mind, then it starts becoming a habit, and then it actually starts becoming a routine, and you can be more disciplined with that. And it's just, again, guys, it's just like visually batching the time. And I'm not saying batching time works for every single person, but it does for a lot of people. So that's why we're doing this. What else do I have on here? So these are my task lists. So yes, I have like content creation, but remember I said, you know, that's just my batching process. And then I have individual tasks within that. So all the batching, I would say, would be, I'll tell you guys, would be calls for call blocks, right? For me, it's content creation. That's just like batching a time. Course project clients. So since I do course building, I would have like me a Kajabi project down here, and then maybe I'll add a specific task to that as well. And I would just label that under task list. And then module work would be another batching. I don't usually do specific tasks for module work, just because I have that outlined in my Notion, like all, you know, planned out. But you know, if you're doing something like that, you can. Mentors programs, that's not really a batch, that's more like a tap, usually just calls. What else? Rest time. Okay. Yeah. And then task list is like your individual tasks. Ashley, if you create a call block, does it block off that whole time through your scheduling app, or does it still leave it available? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. So Ashley's asking if you block off a time. Let's say I block, yeah, these calls block, right? If I block this off in my Google Calendar, does it block it off in, let's say you're using a third-party scheduler to schedule your calls for your clients. So like Honeybook or Dubsado or Calendly. So when it's nothing to do with Google Calendar. It's the way you configure it in your call scheduler. So for example, Honeybook, when you go into setup, like sync your calendar in Honeybook, there's an option for which calendars you want to sync. So like, obviously you're syncing it to your Google account, like your VA Google account, but then it has individual options. So in my Honeybook, I have, I have my calls with my mentors synced. I have the Facebook Live stuff, like tasks here synced, but I don't have call blocks. Like it lets you pick the individual calendar here, like under my calendars. Does that make sense? Let me know. But yeah, when you sync it with it will sync with your whole Google Calendar, but then Honeybook at least, and I know Calendly I'm sorry, I'm not positive about Calendly, but I know Acuity, most of them let you pick like the individual calendars here to sync it with. So for example, it's the same in Honeybook. Like if you want it to sync with your calls, you'll check calls. If you want it to sync with your mentors programs, you'll check that. If not, then don't check it. So anything you don't want it to sync with, don't check it. Okay, you got it. Okay, cool. Yeah, maybe I'll do a little like quick tutorial on that, but that's how that works. So, okay. What else did I want to show you guys? I'm trying to think. Oh, colors. Okay, see how I have all these pastel-y colors? That's not Google's normal colors. If you just go in here and create calendars, I guess I should show you that too. If you want to create a new calendar, you just scroll down here. Oh, nope, not that. Scroll down here, click this, create new calendar. And I'm just going to say new calendar just for the sake of showing you guys. Time zone, it usually just populates to yours, create calendar. All right. New calendar successfully created. I just go back and then it has new calendar here, and see how Google just put something like a new thing on there. If I want to change the color, I just click those. You probably saw that. Click those. No. There we go. Click these 3 little dots and then go down here and add custom color. So let's say for this one, I want to add like one of my brand colors, or let me see a color I have up here, like one of these pastel colors I have these like saved. Yeah, let's say I want this to be green, like a green color. I'm just going to type in the hex. There we go. And you can copy and paste the hex from Canva as well. There, that's my new calendar color. Let's say I create something at 4 to 5 p.m., like new appointment, and then I just add it to that new calendar, and then it shows up in that color. So I like to add my own colors. Like if you want to use the regular Google colors, you'll have like these to choose from, or you can like slide this around if you want, but I just like typing the hexes. I like it to be like kind of aesthetic like this because it makes me happy and it makes my day. So it's definitely more fun for me to follow. Okay, guys, that's pretty much it. Oh, the other thing, I'll show you real quick. I just did that. If you're in here and you just want to create something real fast, you don't have to click like this. You can just hit C on your keyboard and it automatically pops up a new thing, and then you can pick the date from here. Okay. Any questions on this? Makes me happy too, Ashley. Yeah, I'm all about the aesthetic. I mean, I want to, that's why I create like, all you guys, my clients all created like vision boards. Like I just like the aesthetic of it and the organization, and I want to be organized, but I also want to be pretty because it just like when you get in there, it's like, oh, like, I don't know, you guys know, like an aesthetic movie, right? What movie just came out? Oh, like Knives Out, that Glass Onion one, or what's another one I always say? Oh, Great Gatsby. You know how it's like a really fun movie to watch because it's really aesthetic and like pretty and like rich colors. Anyway, that's my rant about aesthetics. But okay, any questions, guys? And that's it. I know this was quick, but that's just like what I want to show you guys, like batching your time like this. And you can use these as examples if you want. If you want a list of these colors, let me know the colors I use, and I can drop those in the Facebook group, a list of those. Or I'll just drop it in the comments. Another thing I want to share with you guys, and I'll be doing a Facebook post about it today real quick, is the new automated as fuck program starts on January 25th. It is currently on sale right now for $555 pay in full, and there's payment plans. The price is going to go up after January 25th. So if you want to join, now would be the time. And guys, this program is like everything you need to organize and automate your online business, whether you're a service provider or not. It's specifically geared towards service providers, but it works in almost any business. And it's like, I am so excited for this. And I'm dropping the training modules today, so you'll know exactly what's in it. If you've seen the checkout page, like the sales page, you've probably seen the description of it, but I'm going to be releasing the actual like trainings module. I don't know if I want to call them modules because they aren't really like trainings I'm going to be dropping in the group. Not this group, but the program. I'm releasing those today. So I'll be posting those in a couple of hours in here and on my stories. So if you're interested in that, If you have questions about that, definitely feel free to reach out to me on Instagram and here. Ask all the questions, like no pressure. Join if you want, don't join if you don't. There are also payment plans, if I didn't mention that, extended payment plans. So yeah, let me know if you have questions. Ashley says I'm excited for that. Yes. Also, all my current clients who are in VA Society get access to that, as well as one-to-one clients. And I do have one-to-one coaching spots open. So if you're curious about that, let me know as well. Okay, guys, that is it. Yeah, have a good Thursday, and I will see you guys next week.